The United Nations Human Rights Office says the world is now less safe following the U.S. military's actions inside Venezuela.
This military intervention, which is in contravention of Venezuelan sovereignty and the UN Charter, damages the architecture of international security, making every country less safe.
The spokesperson says the U.S. military strikes on the country and abduction of its president, Nicolás Maduro, are not justified by the plight of the Venezuelan people and will, in fact, only make matters worse for those who've suffered.
The state of emergency declared by the Venezuelan authorities that took effect on Saturday raises concerns, as it authorizes restrictions on free movement of people, the seizure of property necessary for national defense, and the suspension of the right to assembly and to protest.
Despite the growing condemnation, U.S. President Donald Trump continues to call the mission one of the most incredible in U.S. military history.
It was so complex, 152 airplanes, many, talk about boots on the ground. We had a lot of boots on the ground. But it was amazing. And think of it, nobody was killed. And on the other side, a lot of people were killed. Unfortunately, I say that, soldiers. Cubans, mostly Cubans, but many killed.
32 Cuban military and Interior Ministry personnel have now been identified by the country's authorities as having been killed. At a protest after the attack in front of the U.S. Embassy in Havana, Cuba's president promised to not let the Cuba-Venezuela alliance go down without a fight. Late Monday night, some cabinet officials participated in a classified briefing where U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio explained the operation. The discussion left some satisfied and others seeking more answers.
I did not receive any assurances that we would not try to do the same thing in other countries. And in conclusion, when the United States engages in this kind of regime change and so-called nation building, it always ends up hurting the United States.
Under President Trump, the United States will no longer allow criminal regimes to profit from wreaking havoc and destruction on our country.
Maduro and his wife remain in a Brooklyn, New York jail following their non-guilty pleas to drug and weapons charges. Their next court appearance is scheduled for March 17th. For City News, I'm Karling Donoghue.